Hey everyone, today the trending traders are discussing Atossa Therapeutics, a clinical biopharmaceutical company with the ticker ATOS. They have a very interesting pipeline. Shin's going to tell you a little bit more about what we have to say.
As Michael mentioned, the pipeline of drugs coming out of Atossa Therapeutics is certainly interesting and bound to cause some major catalysts. So stick around as we discuss ATOS.
Today we're talking Atossa Therapeutics. They're a clinical biopharmaceutical company with a smart pipeline. The stock tends to move in a pretty defined channel. I think we're on the upswing, and I'd like to tell you why I'm very bullish on this stock and why I think that this is a great swing opportunity. I am long on ATOS, but I do intend to make some capital gains along the way. Firstly, I'd like to just talk about why I think that this is a great pipeline and why I think that this drug is going to be very useful. Let's start at the beginning. Tamoxifen was approved in '98 and is the oldest drug of its kind. Tamoxifen is considered the standard of care for patients with a particular type of breast cancer termed estrogen receptor positive, ER+. This means tamoxifen is given to tens of thousands of people in the US and UK annually. But there is a small wrinkle. Tamoxifen is a prodrug. A prodrug is a drug that first must be metabolized in the liver in order to become active. Tamoxifen is metabolized in the liver by two enzymes called CYP2 and CYP3. This then converts tamoxifen into active ingredients, including the molecule endoxyphen. Endoxyphen is, so far anyway, super successful, and Atossa is using it in clinical trials. They skipped over the whole metabolism part, and this is seriously important. Okay, I get it. You guys say, who cares? Well, tamoxifen is often prescribed by physicians for up to 10 years consecutively, and actually, it sucks as a drug. I mentioned it needs to be converted into endoxyphen before doing its job, and until then, it's basically just sitting around as a toxic molecule until it gets to the liver, meets up with CYP2 and CYP3, and it turns out that most people have different versions of CYPs. So the thing about CYPs is that there's literally dozens, if not hundreds, of different variations amongst humans. These variations mean that groups of people will metabolize tamoxifen into endoxyphen at completely different rates, and some of them won't actually do it at all. As such, some patients will receive no benefit from using tamoxifen, so it is no surprise that the drug has become less popular with time, despite having real clinical benefit for some people. And the beauty is, endoxyphen doesn't have these issues. It is the most active metabolite of tamoxifen, and is readily absorbed by the body, known to be relatively safe, and is most importantly, actually stops the cancer cells from growing. I found it pretty crazy that tamoxifen can take over 100 days to reach the correct concentration in the blood, but endoxyphen is fully on board in less than a week. And this drug's benefit isn't really just limited to just breast cancer treatment. Atossa has several more plans for endoxyphen. As soon as COVID permits, it is planned to be used in Sweden as an add-on to breast cancer mammography screenings, and is currently used in compassionate use case for ovarian cancer in Wisconsin. There is a huge value in this type of use for the drug. With over 39 million mammograms a year, of which at least 25% would greatly benefit from the use of endoxyphen before their exam, that is a huge US market. There are over 200,000 cases of endoxyphen treatable breast cancer in the US each year, in addition to these mammography data. We are talking about making millions of dollars and saving millions of lives. Atossa is a 6-person company, however. They do not have the manufacturing capabilities to make kilograms of drug or to run a phase 3 trial all on their own. Atossa is clearly leveraging this one molecule to try to beef up their portfolio in as many different ways as they can and get as much revenue as they can out of one molecule. So let's be real here for a moment. A company like Atossa, if this drug is really as good as they say it is going to get bought out before they get through phase 3. If you've watched our previous videos, like the Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics video, you know that these types of acquisitions are very common. I'm showing here a word search for the word acquire on the Gilead website. Gilead makes remdesivir and discovered Tamiflu. But more importantly, they have acquired many companies over the years for billions of dollars. One recent acquisition for another breast cancer drug company closed at $88 a share, which was 100% over the current share price when announced. And while Atossa has some time before they're routinely trading in the 20 plus range, there is tons of opportunity for swing trading with this stock. I'm showing the 1 week chart on Webull, and you can see that there is a clear pattern that has emerged. Down to about $1, give or take 25 cents, and up to about 4 or 5. This represents about a 500% swing over a few months. The downswings are often caused by short pressure and stock sales to generate revenue. If they continue to generate positive data, enroll patients, and advance endoxyphen into advanced clinical trials, this stock should begin to channel upwards year over year. The best part is they really shouldn't need to raise capital in the near future. This is the biggest factor I consider when investing in, or really working for, frankly, a small pharma company. What I ask is, what does their funding and runway look like? But Atossa looks like they have about 4 years of runway, just enough to get bought out, I think.
As the world continues to deal with the effects of COVID-19, we will continue to see businesses looking to profit from the pandemic. This is especially true for biopharmaceutical companies like Atossa. Much like Ocugen, which you can learn about from our last video with a link here, this company is taking part in the current race to bring COVID-19 protection to market. Atossa has 2 products in the pipeline, one intended for severe cases and the other is an OTC meant for minor cases of COVID-19. Let's go ahead and discuss the product meant for severe COVID-19 cases, referred to as ATH201. This creatively designed drug, part of Atossa's HOPE program, is meant to improve lung function and decrease the amount of time someone would need to remain on a ventilator. Atossa went with the creative route of combining 2 drugs previously approved by the FDA. This combination of drugs is meant to mimic the antibodies that are created as a result of typical vaccine. The overall premise is that ATH201 will act like a chemical vaccine and stop COVID-19. This decision is in hopes of quicker FDA approval, which is great news for traders. The opportunity for a run-up is always possible as drugs move through the FDA approval process. The ATH201 drug is currently in the planning stage of phase 1. The other drug in the works is a nasal spray referred to as AT301. Atossa intends to use this proprietary drug to provide protection against worsening symptoms of recently diagnosed COVID-19 patients, ideally preventing the need for hospitalization. Another benefit that is being researched is the possibility that AT301 will be a potential prophylactic in the fight against SARS, preventing the contraction of SARS, along with the benefits of preventing severe COVID-19 symptoms, makes this a very promising product. AT301 is already in the planning stage of phase 2, and if it continues to be successful in clinical trials, there's a very real possibility that this product will be brought to market as quick as possible under the Coronavirus Treatment Acceleration Program. What all of this means inevitably is there will be many opportunities for a trader watching the trends to make the money with this play. The accelerated COVID drug pipeline, along with the more long-term pipeline of cancer drugs, should present many great swing trades. Although I do believe this stock has value down the road, I do not think we will see Atossa near $5 without another catalyst anytime soon. It would appear that the $2.25 mark has become a point of support with a clear pattern of running up if dipping much below that support. If you're looking to load up on this stock, any entry near or below $2.15 should prove to be profitable down the road.
Thank you so much for watching our video today. If you found some value, please consider clicking the like button. And if you'd like to see more content like this, click the red subscribe button. My name is Michael.
And I'm Shane. We are the Trending Traders, here for you and here for growth. If you have anything you'd like to add in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. And thank you again for stopping by our channel.